Hello. I have been waiting to make this video, well, these videos for like months, it seems. It's been forever. And so first, a healing update. I am doing well. I hardly notice, like maybe once a day, I notice my injury from last May, and I'm still feeling the side effects with being thrown into early menopause, but even that is manageable with the energy healing practices that I'm doing, and also with the support that I'm receiving. So it's going great. Like I feel absolutely well, and I'm learning a lot right now in my healing journey realm about food, because of when a member of my family was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, and so we've been on a huge healing journey with that. And so I get to be like super stringent about meal schedules and planning and preparation and portioning and plating the food and completion of food. And so it's just been a lot for our family to navigate that, but I think just really good learning and really healthy for everyone, not just that one individual. So I'm grateful for their sacrifice in teaching all of us this lesson that all food wants to bless us. I mean, every element in the world wants to be of use to us. So it's really bright today. Oh, you can see the sunshine. Maybe we can scoot over a little bit or turn this way. So, okay. So that's been just, like I said, a lot of learning. And when we first decided we were in an outpatient program for it because it was just bigger than us. We tried everything that we knew, and nothing was working. It was getting worse, actually. And so when we entered the outpatient program, and this was like 5 weeks ago, it was right after Christmas, we ended up in the urgent care, and we were just like, okay, something has to give. We have to do something. And of course, something fell right into our laps, and it's perfect. So I was praying about when I had the orientation and met with our main therapist, doctor person, the first time, and they told me everything that was expected of me to do. I was just like, why? Like I just have to hold the line on so many things. For example, like I just get to basically force my child to eat. And so I got to work through when I was force fed in the hospital, and like a tube was forced down my throat, and they tied my arms to the bed and was like, and I couldn't talk. It was so terrible. And so I got to work through and heal from that, about using force, because I was like, this one, okay, sorry, I'm like skipping ahead, but I was in this session with a dietitian who's on our team, and he was just encouraging me to basically force completion of meals and snacks, like in a certain way, like, you know, within a certain time frame, and like, you know, sitting down and whatever. And I just started crying, and the poor man was just like, I can see that this is really hard for you. Like, what do you need to say about it? Whatever. And I was just like, I don't believe in using force. I don't believe in like manipulating people, or like making, because they were saying that I can just like sneak food in, like calories in certain ways, you know, and I'm very transparent with my children. My husband says, like, you're honest to a fault with people, like, anyway. And so it was just, I was like, I do not agree with stooping to subterfuge for increased caloric intake for this meal. Like, I don't agree with it from a moral standpoint. So I just needed to like reframe what was actually happening, and I got to, and came to a place that can work for me and for our child and for the program people who are imposing a structure on us, because I'm still working through that. And that's what, okay, the original story I was going to share was, like, I was praying, just laying in my bed in the early morning and praying about, like, okay, show me, because I spent a long time, years, getting to the point where I had absolutely surrendered my will to God and could do what I considered deeply submissive action on any level. And so I was like, why am I being forced into this like regimented schedule where I am in charge of enforcing other people to do things? Like, I was asked to step into this different way of life that was going with the flow of the Spirit and not like just being perfectly obedient, instead of me being like the most volitional person that I know. I mean, I kind of already am, but like, because that's part of my personality, is to be volitional. Like, I'm a high growth individual. I have a lot of push energy, but hopefully you can understand what I'm saying, like that I was having to impose this structure on someone else when I was just wanting to be like wild and free and whatever. And they said, that's why you can do it. Like, one of the benefits of learning to be perfectly obedient and to be able to be flexible and moldable is that then from a genuine space, because you've let go of that control, you can build a pure structure. Like, I'm trying to translate into English what I received, but it was like, it just, what they showed me was so perfectly clear of like, oh, that's why I can put this onto my family, because I had learned to completely let go of it. And so I'm in a space, like, it's not going to ruin me. You know, some people, what happens in this program is they become OCD, like they become anxiety driven. They become obsessed with calories and, you know, all this stuff like the parents do, the caregivers do, because they have to be so structured and stringent and whatever. And so they just showed me, yeah, I've overcome my own addiction, and so I can be in a pure space to support our child and everyone around me about that. So that was really cool. And another just, okay, wait, do I want to share that? Yeah, no, maybe not. So that's a huge healing journey thing that we are going through. And I am just so grateful for it. I love learning. And so another healing thing that's super cool is my husband and I, you can see I don't wear watches. I remember this one time as a punishment, my parents made me buy a watch because I kept breaking curfew in high school. But that's the only time that I've ever been a watch person. But my husband and I got these watches. They're like a, I don't know, health watch. I don't know what to call them. It's like an Apple Watch maybe. And so it like tracks your steps, and it tracks your heart rate, and it tracks like your, just all this different stuff. And one of the things that it tracks is sleep. your sleep. And I love it. I love sleeping so much. If you know me, that I love sleeping because then I get to like dream, and some of my favorite experiences in life are in the night. And and it's fascinating to see the patterns of my sleep and of my husband's sleep, like not to like compare us, but he usually gets like an hour and a half maybe of deep sleep a night, and I get like, I mean, sometimes he gets 2, but he very, 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 very rarely gets above 2.5. But I on average get 3 or 3.5 hours of deep sleep a night. And I think that that's why I dream and like remember my dreams, as one of the reasons, is because I just get like, I drop into it so hardcore. And I'm so grateful that my body will do that, because I love it. So that's a really fun thing. And I walk around, so I'm still not running. I'm not like formally training for anything. Oh yeah, and I'm not doing Qigong anymore. I decided to do it's not really a program, but I decided to consistently see that osteopathic chiropractor that I shared with you about before. And so she and her husband's business is called the Vitality Center, and I'm going there. I started going there every other week, and I get to try out different modalities, some that I'm familiar with and some I've never tried before, and just get that chiropractic support, which I love so much. And it's just so awesome. So those are my healing journey things, I think. Yeah. I love living by the ocean. I can see it. It's right there. Oh, I'm pointing, but you can't see. It's too far off the screen. Anyway, so I am also planning to make a couple of other videos. One about my New Year's resolutions, because last year's resolutions were so awesome. And also just like a general life update, because there's been just a lot of cool things. Some of them that I shared in this video, but others of them that I just want to get to share about why I haven't been making videos as of late. And so yeah, thanks for listening.